Welcome all. Let us salute pure Parabrahma Tattva requesting to reveal to us. Let us salute Paramatma to empower with all abilities and capacities. Let us salute to all our Rishimunu Guru Devatas to be in our hearts, to be able to study all our Shastras. Let us pray to the Shruti Mata to reveal to us the knowledge treasure that is hidden in it, so that first we experience the truth, then we become instruments in the hands of the Lord Shruti Mata for spreading of this glorious jnanam across all jivas for their moksha also. In spirituality, looking at the people who have not come up to our level, we should feel contented with ourselves. There are so many who are just wasting the time every moment in so many unwanted things. Compared to them, our time is accounted by us, if not the whole, at least few hours per day for our scriptural spiritual study. That way, we are little better than them. But in the same world, when we see there are so many deep, serious, sincere sadhakas who are totally dedicating their life only for the Adhyatmikata. And they are much more younger than us. But still, the tapasya in them, the tadap in them for spirituality is so great. Looking at them, we should feel not jealous but inspired. And then, thus, having done these two things, we have to come to ourselves and know therefore what is to be done in spirituality. With all these years of our Shravanam, the clarity has come to us. Spirituality means more and more clear understanding about Parama Atma Tattva, its Swarupa Swabhava. Spirituality means keeping that Parama Atma as our Lakshya in the sense to discover our unison or oneness with it, or to say that that Parama Atma which has these Lakshanas is my own self. That Anubhuti is the Lakshya. If this is happening, then yes, what we have done, the two exercises are becoming fruitful. Thereafter, without keeping any second business other than it, pursuing only this must be our goal. For that, how we are managing ourselves, how we are planning ourselves, how we are calculating ourselves, how we are making use of outer or inner situations, etc., to achieve this. What is that? To the exclusion of everything else, we are pursuing only the spiritual path of Shravana Manana Nididhyasana to experience the Atma Tattva indicated to us by the highest of the scriptures called Upanishads. How much we are able to mold ourselves. The thing is what? We are in this aspect serious, sincere. What is seriousness, sincerity here? We have no doubt regarding it. We have no question. Yes, yes, we immediately agree. But where we go wrong is where is our mind reveling throughout the day? What are the activities we are involving in? Which are the themes we are entertaining? Who are the people? What are the subjects? As much we were innocent here in just nodding the head and agreeing, yes, 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 doing sadhana, knowing truth is goal. So much innocent there also. We are in obliging all of them. Right from our own mind, immediately after the class, it entertains everything of the world other than Paramatma. We just go with that mind. We don't question it. Then throughout the day, we go to so many things, beings, so many things and beings come into our life, ourselves. And the whole day spent like that till again we come for the class. That is where we have to start becoming more serious. Ki, no, this is not the sadhana. Sadhana is all of that slowly has to be withdrawn from, and we have to go deep inside ourselves. Any Upanishadic way. Taitariya inside through Panchakosha Viveka. Mandukya inside through the Avasthatraya Viveka. Kathopanishad inside through the Atmanatma Viveka. Whichever the source Upanishad we take as, but all of it is talking about the search or seeking of the inner self only. Then how come I am missing it and throughout the day I am only in the outer world giving importance only to the outer happenings? Still I am seeking that means what? My conviction regarding spiritual goal and means is only limited to the class time, which is not at all sufficient. Therefore, that feeling in us, that thought in us, slowly make us spend our time more and more. Wherever we are, in the class, off the class, we have to do only this. And to other things, as minimum as possible, giving importance in the mind. When from the mind the importance goes away, the outside we need not be obliging anyone to go there. No need. Because अंदर से बात नहीं है. Like how many things from inside because we don't want it or like it, we have given up. Even though those things were important, valuable, कितने चीज़ों को हमने just because mind did not agree, we gave up. So too, if from within, if it is a conviction that these are not the required things for me, about those who are not in line with sadhana, then outside you will find your own way just to say no. And the world also tries once, twice to test us, check us. Once they know, no, no, he is really serious, then nobody bothers us. On the one who is on the path of spirituality, except for the few times in between in the beginning, nobody will bother him. That Rakshana Kavacha for a true, serious, sincere sadhaka will always be there. Otherwise, the Lord, creator of the world, the Rishi Parampara who are there from the beginning of creation, do you think their anugraha, their tapasya is not there on serious seekers that they have to struggle? A serious, sincere seeker, in the beginning, to check his seriousness, sincerity, he may be tested. At that time, there may be struggles. But from within, he discovers that he is only the Adhyatmic Sadhaka. He wants only Paramatma, nothing else. To him, there will be a beautiful protecting shield given by the Gurus, by the Lord. We have to become conscious of it, then make use of it. And thus, do and ensure only one thing that we are understanding Adhyatmika Tattva and we are understanding the means to reach to that sthiti and we are on the path. At the time of path again, with more and more willpower and commitment, slowly we deepen, intensify our sadhana. There again, the practical struggle is practical. Again, there nobody can help. Little push and pull, the Guru God may do, but again we have to see, become clear what are the things to be avoided to make the sadhanas less tougher. What are the things to be taken up? Which are the helps? They all will click to us. So knowing them, going through those struggles, ensuring to do what we are supposed to do. Then definitely we are ensured by the Lord that we are moving forward in that track. So all in all, we are better than others, so let us be happy. So that mood of happiness be there in us. Throughout, we are better. But are we the best? Did we realize? No. Then look at others. Those are greatly trying. So seeing them, no comparison, competition, but inspiration. With that inspiration, now take the whole life and mind into the account or hands, expose it only for Shastra Shravanam, and keep only these three goals. One, clarity of understanding of the goal. Second, clarity of understanding of means sadhana. Third, keep on moving in the sadhana. While doing so, again, so many things of how to protect ourselves from inner outer problems, what resources required, of the qualities inside, the resource of ekagrata required, the resource of shuddhata is required, the resource of the sukshmata is required, the most important resource of most important antarmukhata is required. So how to gather them, how to gain them. So इस तरह का विचार तड़प ज़्यादा रहने से वी बिकम साधकास, बट साध्य को पाने की तड़प ज़्यादा है, तभी इन सब का तड़प होता है. When you want to go to, है ना, माँ वैष्णो देवी, the तड़प is strong, then only how to go there, that whole तड़प and planning will be started by me. If I'm not interested in going there, I will not even think about it. Same way, spiritual goal, if is fully convinced by us, we are convinced about it, then from that only, from that intensity of the desire of reaching the goal only, the intensity of all our efforts to know the means, practice the means, going through all struggles en route, whatever required, we will be able to do. So may the Lord and Gurus be kind enough to pull us again and again away from our natural, habitual extrovertedness and put us always in, though tough, difficult, but necessary spiritual pursuit alone. Falling is natural, but the grace and effort are required every moment again to rise. Falling is having anything theme at any given moment other than Paramatma. Rising is therefore nothing other than Paramatma. In this way, let our minds be so good in our desire for Paramatma. Let our intellects be deep, sharper in discovering the means to reach the Paramatma. Let us be wise enough to manage our faculties to be fit in this pursuit. Let us be confident that anything other than this will be able to rise above. All of that is unreal, delusionary, appearing as real, tempting us so much and attracting us so much, overpowering, swaying on us, just pulling us into itself. Let's be confident in our understanding, in our efforts, that to those clutches we will not become prey to. We will be able to release ourselves from the so called Priya looking, the non godly, the worldly things. May it happen to all of us silently, secretly. Aim at that alone. Rest all is okay. It goes on. Om. 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 Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Om Sharushibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha. Om Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्. ॐ विदितानमया विशदैककला न च किञ्चन काञ्चनमस्ति गुरो द्रुतमेव विदेहि कृपां सहजां भव शङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि। ॐ परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मविद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। समस्त श्री ऐतरेय उपनिषद आचार्येभ्यो नमः। तेषां सर्वेषां कृपा अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां गुरुशिष्यपरम्परायाः पुनरुत्थानपुनर्जागरणविश्वव्याप्तिद्वारा विश्व आध्यात्मिकप्रगतिद्वारा विश्वशान्तिकल्याण एकता अभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् धर्मसंस्थापनकार्ये निष्ठितसमस्तसाधकभक्तसेवकानां समस्तधर्मसंस्थापकानाम् अस्माकं सह आयुरारोग्यैश्वर्य क्षेमस्थैर्यधैर्यवीर्यविजयादि सत्सम्पदा साधना सानुकूल्यता शक्तिसम्प्रादान द्वारा बाह्य अभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न निर्मूलन द्वारा अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये दिग्विजयार्थं श्री ऋग्वेदांतर्गत ऐतरेय उपनिषद पारायणम् आद्यशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनस्य प्रयत्नं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम आदौ पारायणम् अथ श्री आद्यशंकराचार्य कृत प्रार्थना श्लोकः। ओम मनस्तापतमस्यान्त्यै यस्य पादनखच्छटा शरच्चन्द्रनिभा भाति तं वन्दे नीलचिन्मणिम्। ॐ अथ ऐतरेय उपनिषद् प्रथमोऽध्यायः प्रथमः खण्डः शान्तिमन्त्रः। ॐ वाङ्मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविरावीर्म एधि वेदस्य माणिस्तः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासीः अनेनाधीतेनाहोरात्रान् सन्ददामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् अवतु वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ आत्मा वा इदमेक एवाग्र आसीत् नान्यत् किञ्चन मिषत् स ईक्षत लोकान्नुसृजा इति स इमान् लोकान् असृजत अम्भो मरीचिर्मरम् आपो अदः अम्भः परेण दिवं द्यौः प्रतिष्ठान्तरिक्षं मरीचयः पृथिवीमरो या अधस्तात्ता आपः स ईक्षते मेनुलोका लोकपालान्नुसृजा इति स्वोद्भ्य एव पुरुषं समुद्धृत्यामूर्छयत् तमभ्यतपत् तस्याभितप्तस्य मुखं निरभिद्यत यथा अंडं मुखाद्वाग् वाचो अग्निः नासिके निरभिद्येतां नासिकाभ्यां प्राणः प्राणाद्वायुः अक्षिणी निरभिद्येताम् अक्षिभ्यां चक्षुः चक्षुष आदित्यः कर्णौ निरभिद्येतां कर्णाभ्यां श्रोत्रं श्रोत्रात् दिशः त्वग्निरभिद्यत त्वचो लोमानि लोमभ्यः ओषधिवनस्पतयः हृदयं निरभिद्यत हृदयान्मनः मनसश्चन्द्रमाः नाभिर्निरभिद्यत नाभ्याम् अपानः अपानान् मृत्युः शिश्नं निरभिद्यत शिश्नात् रेतः रेतस आपः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Friends, Shanti mantra we have seen every line exhaustively. वाग्मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविहि आविहि म एधि वेदस्य म आणीस्तः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासीः अनेन अधीतेन अहोरात्रान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तत् मामवतु तत् वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् अवतु वक्तारम्. So clear are each of the words, sentences in which the Om Lord is prayed that these pratignyas we are taking up, we want to do the palana of this pratignya. Please empower us, bless us, protect us from whatever inner outer obstacles come. That is the Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So Om is the calling of the Lord. The whole Shanti mantra is putting in front of him what we want to do. Shanti is requesting that Lord to do everything Shanti. En route, nothing should disturb us inner and outer. So all these mantras, all the mantrartha is so beautiful, worthy of studying or remembering every day, chanting also. Now we have started yesterday the Sambandha Bhashya. Little of it we will see today. Then we go to the study of the first mantra with Bhashya. Little more tomorrow again of the Sambandha Bhashyam. Again we go to the further Mula mantras and Artha. In that way we want to see this portion. So Adhyaya Prathama Adhyaya Pratamaha Khanda Sambandha Bhashyam. So in this Sambandha Bhashyam, running into 7, 8, 9 pages, the Prashna Uttari, the question answers, the doubts and answers between the Purva Pakshi and Siddhanti are about these 4, 5 matters mainly. The first one is ki this portion is not teaching Brahma Vidya. This portion is still about the Hiranyagarbha Prapti. This is one objection of the Purva Pakshi. Question, objection. The Siddhanti has to prove it. No, this portion is about Brahma Vidya, only Moksha Vidya. Therefore, it is the Upanishad alone. Second portion is the Purva Pakshi says, in this, the lot of action orientation is shown. Therefore, even though it may be Brahma Vidya, but it must be with Karma Samuchayata. Samuchaya means being together along with. So, through the karma, this Brahma Vidya has to be pursued and known. Because the whole matter in the Upanishadic mantras appears to be doing, doing, doing. Siddhanti will have to prove no. In the prapti of the Brahma, which is the moksha, Vidya is sufficient. Brahma Vidya. Jnanam is sufficient. Not only the karma is not required, but the karma becomes an obstruction itself. Therefore, even though the running of the matter of the Upanishad appears to be something are going on happening, but it is only at the superficial level. That is said by the Shruti Mata, but not meant by Shruti Mata. That Bhagavan Adi Shankara, the Siddhanti has to prove. The Siddhanti's goal is to take us to the pure, immaculate Brahman. And to reach to that, everything other than it has to be dropped. Purvapakshi, in his inability to drop them, want to carry them also. But he is sincere that he wants to have the Brahma Tattva also. But Brahma Tattva cannot be had without dropping everything. He is not able to drop. Therefore, he tries his best to negotiate, to smuggle his worldliness of actions, etc., into the pure nascent spirituality. सिद्धांति हैज टू से बेटा वो ये काम नहीं करता इधर नॉट ओनली काम नहीं करता वो दिक्कत वाली भी बात है उसको छोड़ दो. So in this way, in that second topic, the Jnana Karma Samuchayavada is being rejected by Adi Shankara. He says Karma, Jnana, Upasana, Yajnadi, Dharma, every one of them. Like Krishna taught all up to 18th chapter. But didn't he say Sarvadharman Paritejya Mamekam Sharanam? In the same way, every of the sadhanas, so called of spirituality, have great utility. but limitation. Not only they have their own limitation, when we have to reach to the pure, conscious, blissful Paramatma, any of these sadhanas which have helped up to this point, themselves, if not dropped, become a hindrance. Like the same footwear brought us from so many places to home. But unless you drop the footwear outside, you can't enter into the temple or sanctum. So to the car we traveled. But when you come home, put it in garage and enter the car. Again, in life, everybody comes in our life to help us. That help we receive, whatever required reciprocation we do. Sometimes we can't do anything, so wholeheartedly we thank and pray. हो गया. No, you can't carry on that person throughout life. You impossible it is. Not knowing this, the झगड़ा वगैरह होते रहते हैं संसार वगैरह. And she says, no, no, you are not loving me today, earlier, now, like as you used to do earlier, cries she. And don't think that she is 100% yeah, loving husband only. She has her children to attend. She has household things to do. She again calls 29 times to mother and father. देखो, if that husband is, even if it is little intelligent, husband, if he is intelligent, he would have not, first of all, ही विल आस्क हर कि 24 घंटे आओ तुम भी मेरे साथ है इतना प्यार है तो ऑफिस में आ जाओ मेरे साथ बगल में कुर्सी देता हूँ बैठो उधर then she will understand it is only the nagging minds and nonsense it is which has to be controlled that's it there is nothing to be done there there's no solution because it's not a outer problem solution it's only inner mechanism बस उसको ठीक कर देना है that it is impossible for him to be with me 24 hours. It's not required. He'll come in the evening, stay 1 hour with you lovingly, or Subha. Okay, he'll have to go to office, work, this, that. You also have work. You can't sit each other to आगे पीछे बैठ के है ना एक दूसरे के it's boring but then required. In the same way, all the things are required to some extent of level of evolution. Thereafter, if you want to enter into the deep meditation of one without second, Brahman, all these things in which the karta, the karma, the karma phala, all of them are there, no? They all have to be dropped. If not, the pure Paramatma cannot be experienced. This is what is Acharyas always way of guiding us. That is what is the theme of all Upanishads. The Siddhanti talks that, you know, like you want to meditate. You have to even drop the body identity also. Otherwise, then if the body identity has to be dropped for dhyan, how can you carry your biscuit bottle and the cell phone and the charger? अरे सारे सामने रखोगे तो where do you do dhyan? They are required at one level. We don't deny. Vedanta never denies any sadhana, but it says everything has its own limitation. But to reach to the ultimate final one, all of them have to be kept aside. After fulfilling them, don't hold on to them. They were means for a goal. When you reach to that goal, don't hang on to the means. So, in this way, the second topic में कर्म और ज्ञान समुच्चय में कर्म को पूरा छोड़ने की बात शंकर भगवान tries to prove lot of questions, logics. These are all very essential also for us to live in our spiritual sadhana. Why? Because we are doing sadhana, but we are undoing it also with so much nonsense. All that nonsense which is undoing our sadhana can be dropped if we can deeply analyze and understand the standpoint of Adi Shankara, which is very tough, not easy. That's why I'm taking slowly time for myself to feel it and try to talk to you. Second topic. Third one, he says, okay, then for that we can be at whatever the place we are, we can pursue. We not change the ashrama of grasta in go into the sannyasa. Bhagavan Shankara knows that there are so many rishi munis who are in grasta ashrama, they could achieve. But they are exceptions only. एक्सेप्शनल लोगों के लिए शास्त्र नहीं होते शास्त्र सबके लिए होते जब सबके लिए बताना है तो जो सत्य है वही बताना और सत्य क्या है कि अनलेस वन फ्रॉम विदिन गिव्स अप एवरीथिंग outside he cannot give up. Unless one gives up outer and inner thing, everything, he cannot take up purely, single pointedly the spiritual goal. It is only self cheating. It's only a delusion mind. Delusion mind. Such people only for lives together, millions together, will be only वहीं अटके रहते हैं. लाइक हमारा उम्र हर दिन खत्म हो ही जा रहा है, फिर भी हम जहाँ फंसे थे 50-60 साल पहले वहीं अभी भी फंसे. And this is not first time. Like this going on from thousands of lives. So that is the topic. The third one, the Purva Pakshi says, चलो ठीक है, this Upanishad is teaching about Brahma Vidya. Agreed. चलो ठीक है, ज्ञान अगर कर्म समुच्चय नहीं चलेगा तो कर्म को छोड़ दी. अब तो घर में तो रहने दो. He says नहीं. Unless one evolves and really takes up the sannyasa, one cannot be recognizing this Brahma Tattva. That's what he proves. You may not do it this life, do it after 10 lives. But this is what the theme you understand. Because having so many entanglements around, how do you think that you can rise above them deeply in your dhyana? Even if you have used your willpower, tried yourself and have gone to some level, suddenly some attachment, something will come and it will pull you down. धड़ाक से नीचे खींचेगा. And again you have to go. How sannyasa is what? Wherein, other than wanting to know the truth, no other goal, and other than that sadhana, nobody in the world, including my body, mind, intellect, are important to me. No, this exclusiveness, if it is not there, that atyanta sukshmata required to pursue that atyanta sukshma vastu will not come. भगवान शंकर अनुभव से जानते हैं. Out of his love and compassion he says, not that he is taking a maja, that when everybody is becoming sannyasi, अच्छा हो गया रे बाबा. No, this is how it is it not? See, it's a very subtle play of the mind is what? The difference between the arguing Purva Pakshis and real so-called great Grahastha Brahmajnanis is what? They believed in sannyas. They lived in the mind as a sannyasi. Therefore, though they are in grahastha, it didn't bind. The grahastha, जो other लोग हैं पूर्व पक्षी वाले, they just don't want to leave it. Therefore, they are not able to accept it. That's why they are not able to rise above this. How could they, being in grahastha ashrama, do sadhana? Is they accepted sannyasa is the only way for moksha. They did not fight with that argument. And within they are living like that. Therefore, the wife, the children may be around, but they are not disturbing in his mind because in the heart he has become sannyas. This fellow doesn't want to become. So his point is what? He has got some taste for the worldly things more than the desire for Paramatma. That's why that sannyasi who is in Grasta one day effortlessly will leave because already in the heart is convinced. This fellow will never live because it's arguing with the guru, arguing with the shastra कि नहीं मुझे इसके साथ वहां नहीं होगा. It's all the question of the mind. So is the Brahman one without second? Yeah, to reach to Brahman one without second. How can you have a second? So common sense it is. Is it not? You have to drop your own individuality, your own panchakoshas. हमें इनको ही छोड़ना पड़ता है तो इनके द्वारा जो गृहस्थ में कहीं फंस रहे हैं, हाउ कैन यू गिव इम्पोर्टेंस टू दैट? उसको इम्पोर्टेंस देंगे तो इसमें फंसेंगे. इसको इम्पोर्टेंस पंचकोशों को इफ यू गिव वी आर गॉड इन दैट इज व्हाट वी आर डूइंग नो फ्रॉम मिलियंस ऑफ लाइफ. वही तो हम सारे उसे उठने के लिए तो उपनिषद में आए. You know, that's how Siddhanti with patience in every Upanishad goes on giving him logics, quotations. Purvapakshi is also not less. He will go on quoting from all the Shastras to prove his point. So all this Purva Paksha और कोई है ही नहीं. Shankara Bhagavan ही takes that position and just imagines at this level of spirituality what questions, doubts will come for the sadhakas. So he himself again goes on answering that is how to a person who studies the Upanishads with Bhashya, of course, which needs lot of highest level of intellection and all, जिसका हमको 1% भी नहीं है. हमको मतलब मुझे, आपको तो होगा ज़्यादा शायद. Nothing. When that really comes to us, engrossed in the study of Upanishad, in the Bhashya, 24 hours, we. That is the meaning of that Lobhi Priya Jividhama Timi Raghunatha Nirantara Priya Lagahu. The one who just keeps only Upanishadic things around and studying, meditating on that, only that exclusively when one does, then all that sharpness, all inclusive intellect comes, which while digesting these things moves ahead. That is a true spiritual growth using the Vedantic Upanishads. We are slowly preparing for that by being regular, serious in studying only. We are not deeply understanding nor the thorough sadhana starting from us. We know our level. But this is how it begins to everyone. And those who continued, they move ahead. So our commitment is to continue. So if not today, other day, whole Upanishad, आगे पीछे दाएं बाएं पूरा समझ में आएगा. The whole Bhashyam, what is the position of everything in this world, in this life, regarding to matlab in relation to sadhana spirituality, we'll come to know very clearly. Then we will also know what to value, not to value, and how to move ahead. All that paripakvata, we are looking for it. It will come only through when we hold on to spiritual Upanishads. That's why we are holding. दोबारा तिबारा पढ़ेंगे ही उपनिषदों को, still all that maturity, clarity comes. So these are the three themes that are discussed in the entire Sambandha Bhashya with lot of questions, so many. Okay. Mm. So yesterday we saw Bhagavan's Bhashya. Thereafter we see mm, 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 the Prashna by Purva Pakshi ityadi. It's a beautiful flow of the thought. I'll just read out and explain. Try to catch. Before this Upanishad starts in that Aitareya Aranyaka. This Upanishad is in that Aitareya Aranyaka comes as chapter 4, chapter 5, chapter 6. Obviously, if this is 4, 5, 6, there must be 3 to 1. What is that 3 to 1, 1 to 3 containing? That's what he says in one line, 2 lines. Saying so, now from 4, 5, 6 onwards is 4, 5, 6 is talking about Brahma Vidya. Purvapakshi says, no, Brahma Vidya nahi. It's a continuation of what is taught there only. Siddhanta has to prove. Then the second thing, Jnana Karma Samuchayavada. Third one is the Sannyasa Grahasthashrama. देखो ये सब उपनिषद से कोई संबंध नहीं है इसका एक्चुअली मंत्रों में. But then unless these preparations are done, doubts are removed, anytime doubt can come when you are studying the whole thing. More importantly, this particular Upanishad talks so much about the creation and all that the mind can get lost in that. Like when we are studying Panchakoshas, mind gets lost in it as if it is real. Like the biggest delusion is when the Guru is conveying the truth, which is his experience, through the words and slokas and examples, the words having meaning. It is in the delusion for the disciples, Bichara, they can't avoid that they get lost in the mantras, the mantra artha, and that only they get lost. Guru is not telling that. Guru is through them telling the experience which he has got. गुरु अनुभव की बात कर रहे हैं, हम समझदारी की बात देख रहे हैं. Guru is not talking about understanding. He's talking about experience. But we understand it. And we try to understand and we keep on understanding and we are stuck up at understanding level. And one day when Guru says, बताओ अब क्या हुआ? And we say, Guru, I have understood. अरे भैया ये understanding नहीं रही, अनुभव है. You know that Kena Upanishad? After all that, the Shishya, when Guru asks him, बेटा तेरे को समझ में आ गया? हाँ गया समझ में. नहीं आ रहा रे बाबा, ये समझने की बात नहीं है, ये अनुभव की बात है. Let's say Guru says, go and meditate again. So too in our Aitareya we have seen Tabasa Brahma Vijignyasasva. You be that one with the self. It's not to be understood. But when we don't know, we get lost in them. In the same way, in the flow of the Upanishad, कि Parabrahma Paramatma, then his desire to create the world, he created this, he created this, ये सब बता रहे हैं ना, उसमें फंसने का चांस होता है. इसलिए हमको पहले ही बता के रख रहे हैं कि दिस उपनिषद is this way, though developing topic, it is talking about Brahma Vidya only. Keep that theme in the undercurrent. Then go through all the process. And as we saw in the first day, then why all these Brahma, Deva as Ikshata, then Imanu, Lokanu, Srujai, Iti, why all he has done? He has done it because you are seeing the world and you are accepting the world. To help you, it is done. And we saw yesterday, this whole thing is the Adhyaropa Apavada Paddhati to reveal the Parabrahma Paramatma who is all pervading. फर्स्ट इन द इंटेलेक्चुअल अंडरस्टैंडिंग, वहां तक गुरु का मदद काम को आता है. वंस अंडरस्टूड नाउ थ्रू मेडिटेशन वी हैव टू गेट द अनुभूति ऑफ इट, एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ इट. सो द होल प्रोसेस 70-80% इन दिस उपनिषद इज द परमात्मा क्रिएटेड द वर्ल्ड, मेंटेन द वर्ल्ड, ये सब आता है. ऑल ऑफ दैट इज अध्यारोपणम. अध्यारोपणम इज एक्सेप्टिंग व्हाट वी द इग्नोरेंट पीपल सी. Guru accepts that Adhyayam. Then from his standpoint, slowly he just dissolves all these Adhyaropita Vishaya through the beautiful knowledge. It is called Apavad. So Adhyaropa Apavadabhyam Adhyasasya Nirodha. Adhyasa is superimposition of the Jagat on Parabrahma. So he doesn't immediate in other Upanishads outrightly reject. Like Mandukya, the chup creation in Eva. Bolo mat. He talks like that. This is totally different. हाँ, you are right. Very much creation is there. अब पता है किसने बनाया? ब्रह्मदेव ने बनाया. Then this fellow is happy. Guru is accepting the creation. Then Guru Maharaj goes on telling a peak level he comes. Then he just reverses the whole thing and says, "अब दिमाग लगा के सोच, where everything is Brahman, where is the creation?" अपवाद हो जाता है. After apavada, Brahman is experienced. After experiencing, again the creation appears but not as real. Something troubles us only when we take it as real and to the heart. When you know that it is unreal, mind you, when you don't know that, when you know that it is only appearance, it doesn't trouble you. This is the jadoo of the whole thing. Why the world is troubling us? Because it is taken by us real. If you say that it is not real by independently, it is Brahman reality behind it, and what use is only appearance. So then that won't enter into the heart to create any of the samsaric vrittis. So you are liberated. Like the two types of fighting. One type of fighting, really they are fighting, killing each other, let us say for property or something. How serious that one? This is other fighting, exhibition fighting. All the WWE, सब exhibitional fights. Really उसमें दुश्मनी थोड़ी है. But it's a fighting going on. In the earlier fighting, you become serious, you try to separate them, you called police and all. You बचाया आपने दोनों को, नहीं तो एक दूसरे को मार देते हो. But in this fighting, you are encouraging, अभी मारो और लड़ो. How? Because you know it is not real. In the same way, the Vedantin has no problem with the Vyavaharik Jagat. Vedanti's problem is that Jagat Vyavaharik is taken so much as real that the reality is not seen. Okay. So, Parisamaptam Karma. Whole karma with its results, it concluded. Drop it. That sort of idea. Saha aparabrahma vishaya vijnanena. Along with vijnana here is upasana. Apara Brahma Vishaya. Apara Brahma ko, not Para Brahma. Apara Brahma means Hiranyagarbha. That Apara Brahma Hiranyagarbha ko dil aane wala upasana sahita karma in that first, second, third chapter हो गया. विच तो पूर्व पक्षी विल नॉट एग्री, इससे आगे भी वही है क्योंकि वही क्रिएट कर रहे हैं, है ना. इदग्रे आसीत नान्यत किंचन विशतु, ऑल दैट. दैट आत्मा व इदमग्रे का आसीत नान्यत किंचन विशत, वो गल्प करता है पूर्व पक्षी. इसे सईक्षते में लोकानुसृजाइति, है ना. वो देखो इज देयर इज क्रिएटिंग. तो भगवान पूर्व पक्षी को सिद्धांत समझाता जाता है. सो अप टू दिस अंडरस्टूड फर्स्ट लाइन, परिसमाप्तम कर्म, entire karma subject is over. Along with saha, I mean along with अपरा ब्रह्म विषय विज्ञानेन. अपरा ब्रह्म है जिसका विषय या गोल है, उसको पाने के लिए जो विज्ञान या उपासना करना है, ये सारा 1 2 3 में बता चुके हैं. सा एषा, that this one is कर्मणः ज्ञान सहितस्य परागति. here ज्ञान again is उपासना. कर्म का ज्ञान के साथ इस उपासना का साथ वाला परागति ही is the ultimate goal to be reached. What is that? This apara brahma. Then that is ukta vijnana dvarena upasamhrita. So by the end of the third chapter, it is upasamhrita also. And what are the quotations? That a particular subject called as reaching to apara brahma is over. And what helped it was the karma as well as upasana. What it means, therefore, from the fourth chapter onwards, the theme is not the apara brahma but param brahma. Therefore, the sadhana is neither karma and upasana, only the shuddha, that vicharana rupi jnana marga. This is how he wants to. And same in life has to happen. At one particular lifetime, do karma. After some time, do upasana. Then drop both of them, go for jnana. Like in Gita, first to 6 chapters, karma. 7 to 12, upasana. 13 to 18, jnana. Like in Bhagavatam, first to few skandhas, karma. Later skandhas, upasana up to 10th one. 11th one, jnana. Everywhere we see. That's how the Brahmacharya Ashrama learning, whole Grahastha Ashrama karma, Vanaprastha Ashrama upasana, the Sannyasa Ashrama only jnana. ये कन्वे करने के लिए इज ब्रिंगिंग द टॉपिक. सो एतत् सत्यम ब्रह्म प्राणाख्यम. सो दिस इज द ब्रह्मन. इट नेम ब्रह्मन इज गिवन, इसलिए वहां है. तो बिकॉज दैट इज आल्सो ब्रह्म. वेद इटसेल्फ सेज अपरा आल्सो इज ब्रह्म का ही नाम, उसका भी नाम अपरा का भी ब्रह्म है. तो वी आर एमिंग एट द पर ब्रह्म. दिस हिरण्यगर्भ इज अपर ब्रह्म. अपर उपाधिकृत है, वो भी सर्वव्यापक बट उपाधिकृत. पर ब्रह्म इज निरुपाधिक. So etat satyam brahma pranakhyam. So this is what is the Brahma which we have to reach to. It is prana akhyam. It is called as prana. And this prana is always in Vedas talked to about the Hiranyagarbha only. Esha ekaha devaha. And he is one without second devata. Because all devatas are expression of that Brahma Deva only. In pure Parabrahma, none of these are there. I am just simultaneously telling so that the idea comes. Then etasya eva pranasya sarve devaha and vibhutaya. From him only all the devata vibhutis are coming. And therefore, if one discovers oneness with that Hiranyagarbha Sutratma, then he can become any devata after that. He can express as any devata. Etasya eva pranasya, of this prana named Hiranyagarbha Sutratma, of him only sarve devaha vibhutasya. That's why in the next line में एतस्य प्राणस्य आत्मभावं गच्छन्. With this Hiranyagarbha, when one becomes one with devata apyati, thereafter with his choice, any devata rupa he can get required. And we have in the answers told in the first upasana vali, first vali it is told. That just we are an individual with the Samashti Upadhi, we can merge with the Samashti Upadhi Tadatmya Yukta Hiranyagarbha, which is the final of the thing to be reached in the field of other than pure Brahman. Other than the pure Brahman pursuit, when you talk about the pursuit of evolution, where evolution ends is in becoming one with the Hiranyagarbha Brahma. It's called Shabala Brahma, Hiranyagarbha Brahma, Apara Brahma, Sura, Sutratma, different places. Little contemplate करने से idea आ जाता है. But again, that Brahman, Shabala Brahma, though he has got infinite upadhi with him, but still he is expression through the upadhi also only. Therefore, through the upadhi means there is condition. Therefore, the other thing is the nirupadhika Brahma. That's our goal. So heart in heart, what is mentioned? सोपाधिका even हिरण्यगर्भ स्थिति तक पहुंच सकते हो तुम, लेकिन even that also बंधन युक्त. Only निरुपाधिका ब्रह्म, there is moksha. All that will come in this discussion. पूरा ये 8-10 पेज ना इन्हीं बातों को सामने हमारा रखते हैं. इन दिस वे स्लोली ओनली आई विल स्टडी एंड ट्राई टू एक्सप्लेन. तो यहाँ तक हो गया कि in that 1, 2, 3 chapters, whatever the quotations were there, they are quoted here to prove that this was the theme in those 3 chapters, and it is concluded there. From the chapter 4, other theme starts, and that is Brahma Vidya. That's what Siddhanti wants to say. Siddhanti knows the whole thing. Urupakshi also knows. But his understanding is limited, so he needs to be given some input. We have seen this one. Etasya pranasya atmavam gachan devata apyeti iti uktam. Now, very interesting thing. Saha ayam devata apyaya lakshanaha paraha purushartaha. So, this reaching to Hiranyagarbha sthiti, thereafter by choice, any devata sthiti is paraha purushartaha. Is the ultimate purusharthas to be reached. Then eshaha mokshaha, and that is liberation. जरा पूर्व पक्षी की बात शंकर जी बता रहे, बाद में नकारने के लिए. Don't get carried away. Be careful. Sentence is not completed. So sa ayam devata apya lakshana paraha purushartha. This obtaining the devata sthiti is the ultimate purushartha one human being can gain. If he gains, esha moksha. He becomes liberated. दो बातें हो गया. So the purushartha is Hiranyagarbha sthiti prapti, and that itself is defined as moksha. Third one, sahaja ayam, and that sthiti of Hiranyagarbha, which is a param purushartha, which is moksha, yathoktena, as was said in the earlier quotations, jnana karma samuchaya sadhanena praptavyaha, can be obtained through the samuchaya, the jnana, that is upasana, karma means action. Upasana karma के साथ पाना है. Okay. Very interesting thought starts now. Interesting thought starts now. Very interesting, very important. Not interesting, important, clear. What it is, the people who have studied only 1, 2, 3, for them, this is what is the conclusion arrived at. Because of that non-information about something here, what is their mind? Their mind is, na ataha param asti. There is nothing beyond than this to be achieved. Iti eke pratipannaha. Like this, some people have come to a conclusion. It's as simple as the people, how the mindset of whole humanity functions if they are not exposed to Vedanta, the absolute truth. And or spirituality का expose ही नहीं हुआ, लोग मानो. For example, your children who never come to any classes, never heard, उनके दिमाग में क्या चलता जाता है. Develop the business or work, earn lot of money, security power for the old age, then the children, then उनको भी settle करो. Then in the old age we'll live comfortably somewhere, कोई नदी के किनारे कोई अच्छा घर बनाकर और नदी में देखते देखते इससे बढ़कर और कुछ है करने पाने को करके उनके मन में होता है क्या? कंडीशनड माइंड्स लाइक द अपोजिशन पार्टी को किसी तरह से रूलिंग पार्टी को नीचे उतारना है। अरे वो क्या कर रहे हैं, उसमें हम कैसे मदद कर सकते हैं, टुगेदर देश के लिए क्या कर सकते हैं, ना अतः परमस्त। इससे बढ़कर दिमाग नहीं काम करता सोचने को, टू एक्सेप्ट द प्रेजेंस ऑफ समथिंग। So, how nicely Bhagavan Shankara is bringing to our notice how those who have not studied Vedanta gets caught up in concluding what they conceive as the ultimate goal. We have talked about our life. A doctor, बस बढ़िया 4 हॉस्पिटल खोल दूं, देन बहुत बढ़िया पेशेंट्स, एनी शॉप वाला भी 3 ब्रांच और खोल दूं, तो उनका दिमाग उसी में चलता रहता है। दिस इज व्यवहार लेवल, व्यवहारिक एग्जाम्पल है फॉर आइडिया। इवन वेद आल्सो सेम थिंग, वेदों में भी यही लिमिटेशन है, where the people when they are exposed only to a partial thing, and who are they who are exposed to what partial thing? Those the Pura Pakshis who are exposed only to the first 3 chapters of this Aitareya Aranyaku. For them, because they have not opened the fourth one, okay, they are conditioned as if what is said up to third one alone is goal. Because of that conditioning, even if they are told the fourth one in which Upanishad Brahma Vidya is given, they don't want to accept because the mind is conditioned. They will say कि even in those also ब्रह्म विद्या नहीं बताया जा रहा है, उसमें भी वही इसी हिरण्यगर्भ का महिमा बताया जा रहा है. See the condition in the intellect. Good intellect, it is grown. It has at least conceived to become one with Hiranyagarbha as the goal. वो भी एक बड़ा achievement. पन्ना दे जस्ट कंक्लूड देयर कि यही अल्टीमेट है, इससे बढ़कर और कुछ नहीं, अतः परम न अस्ति. ओके, having that so saying their mind what is there, now he says that is why the next third fourth fifth sixth chapter Upanishad has come up is being given by the Shruti Mata only in continuation of those 3 chapters. So his point is what? Agar Hiranyagarbha Prapti is ultimate goal, the Shruti Mata should stop by saying in the 3 chapters. Why should she talk in the next chapters of 4, 5, 6, which is Aitareya Upanishad? अगर वही गोल है तो रुक जाओ ना, ये क्यों बता रहे? बट द पीपल आर कंडीशनड, बिकॉज उनको उसमें मजा आ रहा है, बिकॉज हिरण्यगर्भ बन गए, देवता बन गए, देवता के रूप में सबसे हवी नमस्कार चमत्कार ले लेंगे, हाउ हैप्पीनेस इट इज. Like becoming Prime Minister or President of India is greatest because the whole country will do namaskar. अरे भाई तो इसी एक ही देश का है, इतने सारे देश पड़े हैं. Beyond that they don't think. Now why the Upanishad is coming then? He says tat nirachikirsuhu. ये जो रॉन्ग कॉन्सेप्ट है उसको रिजेक्ट करने के लिए उत्तरम, द नेक्स्ट पोर्शन ऑफ 3 chapters. एंड इन दोस 3 chapters व्हाट इज द थीम पहले बताएंगे. शंकर भगवान का इतना शार्प इंटेलिजेंस होता है, immediately tells this the theme we are going to study, please condition your mind this way, then only you will travel with me. So tat nirachikirsu uttaram, tat nirachikirsu uttaram, and in that uttaram what is given? Kevala atma jnana vidhanartham. केवल आत्मज्ञान विज्ञान सॉरी केवल आत्मज्ञान विधानार्थम. only to describe or guide for the atmajnana, the uttara grantha आरभ्यते आत्मा वा इदम इत्यादि आहा. तो श्रुति माता ने आत्मा वा इदम अग्र आसीत करके the fourth fifth chapter sixth chapter she started only to lead us to reveal to us the vidhana to discover the atma tattva. So therefore जिनका मन फंस गया उनको बताने के लिए भैया इससे हटकर और कुछ है, और वो और कोई नहीं है, आत्मा ही है, वो दोनों बताने के लिए. What you consider Hiranyagarbha Sthiti as goal is not correct. There is a higher goal called as Atma Prapti, and that Atma Prapti is obtained in this way to show that the next 3 chapters are starting. अभी पूर्व पक्षी सुन रहा है, अब धीरे उतरेगा. बिफोर दैट देन ये वन क्वेश्चन हियर आस्क्ड बाय पूर्व पक्षी. कथम पुनः पुनः अकर्म संबंधी केवल आत्मविज्ञान विधानार्थः उत्तरः ग्रंथः इति गम्यते. Why do you say that अकर्म संबंध में, तो कर्म से लेश मात्र में संबंध नहीं रखने वाला कि आत्मविज्ञान का विधान ही है ना. द टेक्निक टू नो द आत्मा अलोन इज टॉट. हाउ डू यू से इज द आंसर ही गिव्स कि अन्य अर्थ अनवगमातु. Because superficially, if you see, so many details you may observe, but if you go deep in the analysis, anya artha anavagamatu. Because if you look it from the deep standpoint, from zooming vision, from the vision of आगे पीछे बीच में thoroughly पढ़कर देखोगे, तो you don't find in this anything talked as it was in the earlier, wherein the karma was taught, the upasana was taught, the hiranyagarbha was given as the goal. ये सब इसमें नहीं दिखते हैं. ओनली तो परमात्मा ओनली दिखते हैं. सो देखो, द होल थिंग इज व्हाट, थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है आपको समझाना, मुझे डबल कॉम्प्लिकेटेड होगा आपको समझना. कि देखो, गुरु या वेदांत ग्रंथास दे टीच ब्रह्मन ओनली, बट दे हैव टू टीच इट विद द लैंग्वेज व्हिच इज कॉमन टू अस, एग्जांपल व्हिच आर कॉमन टू अस. In the common language common examples are used, there is a tendency in us to feel that that brahma prapti is like any of these only. There is no other way for them to tell than this. So in the Upanishad, what is taught about Brahma was there before, he only wanted to create. So while listening to that, the whole purpose of the teacher is not to talk about their creation at all. He just want to say the Brahman alone is real. लाइक कथा में फंस जाते हैं बच्चे, उनको थीम का कोई पढ़ता नहीं है ना. स्मॉल चिल्ड्रन आर इंटरेस्टेड इन कथा. Therefore, what is to learn from that? Even if you don't tell them, they are happy with katha. That's why toward the end in all kathas we know the niti. What is the thing learned? Intelligent people first to tell the niti, and then they say, to explain this niti, let me tell you a story. While listening to the story, the children will be observing about the niti in that katha. Toward the conclusion, when the guru or teacher says, now समझ गया जो मैंने बताया नीति, हाँ समझ गया, they all. So too, the Brahma Vidya is what is taught through this Upanishad. Keep in mind, don't get carried away by the superficial variety of explanation of the Srushti Adi. The all Srushti is Adhyaropita here by the Siddhanti himself, only to do the Apavada later on. So that through these processes, the pure Brahman who is ever eternally existing is revealed to us. Okay, Anya Artha Anavagamatu. Then he proves 2-3 logics here. One is says, Tatha cha, be attentive. Purva Uktanam Devatanam. In the first 2-3 chapters, whatever the Devatas were spoken, Agnyadinam, of the Agni Ityadi, Samsaritvam Darshayishyati. In this next portion, their Samsaritva is shown. They are not liberated. How? Ashanayadi dosha by showing to us that they had the dosha, they have the dosha called as ashana pipasa. How do we say? See, mantra, first one, second mantra में आता है. First adhyaya, second khanda, first mantra says कि तम ashana pipasa bhyam anvavarjatu इत्यादिना. So those are ashana pipasa से फंसे हुए हैं. So what's the discussion going on here? The earlier 1, 2, 3 studied people thought that through karma and upasana, you become one with Hiranyagarbha, which in turn makes you any of the Devata, which is Param Purushartha, which is Moksha. This is what is it. But this is not so. There is something other than this Parampurushartha moksha, that is Atma. How to get that Atma Vijnanam, that Vidhana is taught in the fourth onwards. Then how do you say that obtaining Hiranyagarbha sthiti and thereafter any Devata sthiti is not the ultimate lakshya? Because उनको अशना पिपासा हुआ है ऐसा कहकर उनका संसार ऋतु दर्शा रहे. Because in pure Brahma there is no ashana pipasa, because not is pranamaya kosha. So when you say they have ashana pipasa, they are not moksha mukta. So therefore that is not the ultimate goal. What you thought earlier, which is there in the first three chapters, that is reaching Hiranyagarbha, then any Devata Swarupa. That is not Kitam Ashana Pipasabhyam Anmavarjat Ityadina. He says, Ashanayadi Mat Sarva Samsara Eva. Are, whenever you have all these limitations, you are in samsara only. What about Parabrahma? Parasya tu Brahmana Ashanayadi Atteya Shrutehe. In all the Shrutis we know the Parabrahma is beyond Ashana Pipasa. Okay? Like in Kata Upanishad, Nachiketa says, Swarge loke na vayam kincha nasti, na tatratvam na jaya vibheti, ubhe tirtva ashanaya pipase, shokatigo modate, Swarga loke. So in pure Brahma, Ashana Pipasa are not there in every Shruti, it is said. Yeah, now these devatas have Ashana Pipasa. Therefore, Ashana Pipasa is a samsara. Therefore, what you studied the first three is a good sadhana. Good study you have done. Good sadhana you have done. Good reaching you have reached up to Brahmadeva, even the other Devata Rupa. But mind you, still it is samsara only. It is not moksha. Proved it is. अतः क्या था ना, हम अपने आप को मोक्ष यह डिसाइन कर लेते हैं. And we reach there. After reaching there, again we are still bound. अब इतना मेहनत करके देवता बन गए लोग, बट न भूख लग रही है, उनको प्यास लग रही, you are still samsari. But there is another state of being called Brahman. In him Ashana Pipasa not there. Therefore that should be moksha, not this. Ashana Pipasa की तरह कोई भी ऐसे संसार पे फंसाने वाले not there in Brahma Tattva. Therefore, by this, what is achieved by the Purva Pakshi, Siddhanti Sari, you have not reached the goal by reaching to Brahma Hiranyagarbha Sthiti, following karma upasana of what is said in first, second, third chapter. Therefore, you have to come to the fourth chapter, you have to study it. In that Atma Vijnana Vidhana is given, you understand it, and through that you reach to the Atman or the Brahman, in which Ashna Pipasa are not there, then you can call your moksha, mukta. So the goal is being changed from thinking that is to be the goal to this one. Then now Jnana Karma Samuchaya Khandanam. Thereafter Sannyasitva Avashyakata. These things slowly. Before that, 3 pages I think. Only Purva Pakshi goes on with पूरा आक्रोश से सारा डिटेल्स वो सामने रखेगा. It becomes such a joy to the Guru. इसने सारा अपने अंदर का बाहर निकाल दिया. मतलब he has told all, like when the 15 minutes when the patient talks to the doctor about all the nonsense he does the whole day, it is so good for the doctor. He knows where he is going wrong, he can treat. है कि नहीं? पहले तो इतने सारे टेस्ट नहीं होते थे, वो मुंह से निकलवाते थे पेशेंट के कि what nonsense he has done, because of which the disease has come and what he has to do as doctor. Here also thanking as if the Purva Bakshis all argumentations. है ना, फर्स्ट ही नेवर सेज देयर इज अ ब्रह्मन एज अ गोल, दिस अलोन इज गोल, ऐसा ना, इससे और कुछ हटकर नहीं है ना, अतः परम अस्ति थी. देन ही विल टॉक अबाउट द कर्म की जरूरत है, ही विल प्रूव विथ ऑल कोट्स. देन ही सेज नो नीड ऑफ सन्यास, यहीं रहो, इसी में रहो. मतलब दिन भर टीवी देखो, सुबह शाम सत्संग सुनो, परमात्मा मिलेंगे. ये सब डिनाई करेंगे भगवान शंकर. These all in Sambandha Bhashya. After all this way mentally preparing us, then he takes the study or teaching of The Upanishad as such with his Bhashya, in which we are following the Upanishad, wherein the Brahma is creating all going on, but our observation is to discover the Brahman through Adhyaya Pavada. Very, very subtle, very beautiful is this Upanishad that way to guide us. Bhashyakara's Bhashya is, if you go through it in this way as we have done today, patiently, with all calmness and quietness, our intellects get opened up, not only for the theme of Brahman of Upanishad and what the Purvapakshis do think. In general, our intellect becomes pure and subtle, that we will be having different vision of the world. अब देखो, ब्रह्म तत्व नॉट फॉर ब्रह्मा, हिरण्यगर्भ को पाना भी संसार है. देन व्हाट टू टॉक अबाउट आवर प्रेजेंट स्मॉल लिटिल गोल्स, या और दो मकान बनाएंगे और ये करेंगे वो करें. कहाँ फंस रहे हो रे बंधु? वेद पढ़कर उसमें बताया हुआ यज्ञ उपासना करके, if somebody has reached Hiranyagarbha, thereby able to express as every devata, if that stage itself is binding, it is still samsara. What to talk about these things? That is why iha amutra phalabhoga viraga. That is drushta anushravika vishaya vitrushnasya vashikara sanya vairagyam. Still there is samsara even at that level. इफ यू तुमको चखना है तो जाओ, कोई गल तुमको भी पता चलेगा खुद. वाई देन वी आर टेलिंग यू, वाई आर यू टेलिंग अस, देन लेट अस गो एंड ट्राई. अमॉन्ग यू 100 एक दो हो सकते हैं जो ये बात समझकर वो सब बाईपास करके सीधा एंटर इनटू द ब्रह्म विद्या थ्रू उपनिषद. फॉर दोस 2-3 पीपल वी आर टेलिंग टू द 100. द अदर 97 डोंट बिलीव, दे से नो वी विल गो थ्रू. गो, you will go through. Everywhere you go, you will come to understand this only. Wherever you are reached, you are still in samsara. Only in reaching the Brahman there is moksha. किसी को श्रद्धा से गुरु के ऊपर ये बात पल्ले पड़ जाता है, he straight away takes away moksha path. Many others don't believe guru and they have lot of desires to fulfill and all, that incompleteness, नहीं और थोड़ा अच्छा करेंगे और थोड़ा मजा ले लेंगे, करो. And in that process 97 में 3 तो पहुंच गए पहले ही, 4-5 लोग in their goal, whatever they consider the next level, after reaching there, then they understand, यार सही बात है, उन्होंने जो कहा करेक्ट है. वो 5 लोग उतर जाते हैं from the patri of samsara into उपनिषदिक मोक्ष. 90 कंटिन्यू, फिर 10 भी थोड़ा और आगे जाकर वो भी उतर जाते. Only 4-5 bande are there who go through everything and everywhere they try consider discover it to be still अनात्मा और संसारा. हाँ मैंने सब देख ली, अब समझ में आया what you said long back is right. Now I am dropping everything. The goal of even Kshara Brahma or Apara Brahma. Now my goal also is Akshara Brahma Para Brahma. By the time he goes for it, already those who have gone, they have become Mahagurus, having experienced Brahman. Because in the beginning only उनको अकल खुल गया, you can't have anything in this world or life as goal other than Paramatma. Paramatma Prapti alone should be the Charama and Parama Purushartha right now, not after doing all this. Sarvadharman Parityaja Maham Sharanam Vraja. That Parityaja has 2 things. सब करके छोड़ो और टच भी नहीं करना उसको, अभी छोड़ दो. For all the 3. For a brahmachari, the meaning of it is what? घुसो मत उस बीच वाले रास्ते में, सीधा सर्वधर्मान पर हमारे पास आ जाओ. For a बुढ़ाऊ who has gone through all and is in वानप्रस्थ आश्रम, अब करके देखा ना, अभी फंस रहे हो बेवकूफ. सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य माम एकम शरण. इन बिटवीन वाले ना रास्ता कहते हैं अरे धीरे धीरे छोड़ने का सीखो. फाइनली माम एकम शरण में आ जाओ. तो सेंटेंस रिमेन सेम बट इट हैज टू बी अंडरस्टूड फॉर 3 levels differently. Who have started, who are still in brahmacharya ashram, not yet started, don't go there. Anyway एक दिन छोड़ना ही पड़ेगा उसको, छोड़ो अभी. come to spirituality. But that fellow says, no, I can't, I want to go through रास्ता. चल घुसो. But remember in the mind, घुसना बाहर आने के लिए होना चाहिए. Because the moksha is not in any of these things, only this. He says ठीक है पहले तो एंजॉय करने दो, करते रहो. Then as he comes to Vanaprastha, he is told अब पीछे मुड़कर देख. Did you find moksha anywhere? No. At least सर्वधर्मान अब तो करो. He says, और थोड़ा अभी मेरा उम्र इतना ही ना, थोड़ा करते रहो, but you understand it's only your mind cheating you. Then he goes through trial, error, doubt, experience, करके slowly in his mind that maturity starts coming. कि there can't be any goal other than Param Brahma. There can't be two goals, and that one goal can't be anything other than Param Brahma. All other are misunderstandings, misconceptions, imaginary goals, not the really to be the goal. Okay, now this portion we have seen. Now comes the Samuchayavada, Jnana Karma. The goal has to be Brahman alone is proved because your goal reached up Hiranyagarbha and Devata Sthiti is shown to be still in samsara because they have got Ashana Pipasa Rupi Samsara Lakshana. क्लियर. नाउ समुच्चयवाद का खंडन होगा, उसके बाद संन्यासित्व का ग्रहण का जरूरत नहीं बताएंगे. आई एम टॉकिंग टू यू ओनली एकेडमिकली फॉर माय ओन शास्त्र स्वाध्याय अध्ययन. यू हैव बिकम द प्रे और बलि पशु फॉर मी, यू कांट गो एनीवेयर. तो ये भी पढ़ूंगा मैं, पढ़ाएंगे. बहुत लंबा चौड़ा है, बिगर देन बिग. it will take 1 month to do this Sambandha Bhashya. That's why I said tomorrow when I come, I don't take Sambandha Bhashya. First mantra. तो एक दो मंत्र भी करते जाएंगे तो हमको तृप्ति भी होगी. नहीं तो इसी को पकड़ोगे 1 महीना लगेगा शुरू करने में मंत्रों का. Luckily, it's not a compulsion. Then unless Sambandha Bhashya is thoroughly studied, understood, you can't study Upanishad. उपनिषद का थीम डायरेक्ट है. Parabrahma is there. He just thought of, he made the world. This is how it has happened. Then he thought of back and looked at this, nothing other than him. There is no creation. तो थीम अपना चलेगा. बट अधिकारित्व के लिए, संशय निवारण के लिए, ऑल दिस संबंध भाष्य. इट इज हिज काइंडनेस. भगवान आदिशंकर का काइंडनेस इज in Mandukya in giving Sambandha Bhashya, in Brahma Sutras in exhaustive Sambandha Bhashya, in chapter 13 of Gita and Gita ka bhi Sambandha Bhashya, and these Upanishads preparing us for smooth sailing through. तो थोड़ा ये भी, थोड़ा मंत्र भी करें तो उपनिषद भी आइडिया हमको आता रहेगा. देन इसके द्वारा थ्रू संबंध भाषा अध्ययनम और माइंड इंटेलेक्ट्स लर्न्स हाउ टू थिंक लाइक आदिशंकर, whose goal is nothing but ब्रह्म विद्या, nothing but मोक्ष. बाकी सबका वो भी मिला तो ठीक है, बट पहले हमको ये चाहिए. मजा आएगा आपको. रियली ट्यून यू बोथ, यू आर हु आर देयर, it will be excellent. Thank you. Om 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 Om. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. परम ऋषिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे नमो तत्सत्. ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. So these three things of saying अपरब्रह्म as the goal, उसका खंडन करना, ज्ञान कर्म समुच्चय का खंडन करना, संन्यासित्व का प्रपोज करना as a qualification of moksha. These are all for what, mainly not to add the new vasana, samskara or undertakings. When you stop adding new ones and you get exhausted of already existing, then we become qualified for the truth. That is the kindness of Bhagwan Shankara in explaining to us this. कर्म से परमात्मा नहीं मिलेंगे, कर्म से आपको हिरण्यगर्भ मिलेंगे मैक्सिमम. ही इज ऑल्सो इन संसार. व्हेन इट इज सेड, देन वी डोंट गो दैट साइड. उपनिषद का ऐसा हाईएस्ट वे, हाईएस्ट सब्जेक्ट को टीच करने का टेक्निक होता है. You have to have the huge expanded deep widespread mind to understand that Upanishad and Bhashya, and not only the content but the way it is presented, how its consequences in the deeply studying students' antakarana. इस तरह से जो पढ़े पढ़ाए उनको इसका वो वाला फ़ायदा होगा। अदरवाइज़ एकेडमिक कर रहे हैं कि हाँ, उपनिषद उसके बाद हो जाएगा और उपनिषद पढ़ ली, रख दी, देन अपना रेशन शॉप खोल दो या अपना किराना दुकान खोल दो, बस सेम बैक टू संसार। If when we understand, then our desire to know Brahman also grows. If after years of study of Upanishad, Brahma Prapti as the Lakshya is not made, then the Guru and Shishya both have cheated each other or they are immature. But we can say they have tried. Maybe God's grace may help us in next level. ये सब आशा है. All this asha. Why should we talk about asha when what is in our hands is there in our hands for us to use? इमेजिनेशन बाद में करना, पहले जो हाथ में है उसको पकड़ना। अभी इस उपनिषद पढ़ रहे, लेट अस बी कन्विंस्ड अबाउट द ब्रह्म विद्या एज द मोक्ष, एज द अल्टीमेट गोल। लेट अस परस्यू दैट अलोन। फॉर दैट ओनली दिस टाइप ऑफ डिस्कशंस, दैट्स व्हाई आई वांट टू ऐड। ओम शांति।